Aaron Rodgers is reportedly faking his torn Achilles injury. Sounds crazy, right? Well, not to some people. As in people, I mean only Gregg Doyel, a reporter for the IndyStar, says that Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers did not tear his Achilles and called him a liar. He said, I don't believe for a second he suffered a torn Achilles, at least not as what we know is a torn Achilles. Thoughts on this?
I mean, it's not an outrageous thought.
Oh, get out of here.
I think it is.
Hold on. No. Listen. The recovery time for Rodgers compared to every other athlete that has torn their Achilles is almost 70% shorter. So it's a head scratcher for me. However, when I look at the tape, it pops like every single Achilles that I've ever seen torn. So do I think he tore it? Yes. Do I think he's some superhuman that's able to recover this fast? I don't know. Do I think he's going to be successful at game speed? I don't know. Like, time will tell. But it's not an outrageous thought to see that after 6 weeks he was jogging.
Yeah, I would say, I think the biggest thing for me is he kind of called this from the start. He said he was talking about some pretty outrageous timelines and he was going to attack his rehab and he wanted to play this year. I think we could go back and look at some of our clips and we were mocking him saying he was going to play this year and he has a legit chance to do it. He might be superhuman, Houdini. That might be what it is. It's the only thing I could think. You hear torn Achilles, you instantly think an entire year, sometimes even a little bit longer. I know technology has gotten better. The medical field has gotten better about it, but just a ridiculous timeline. And who is this? Gregg Doyel, you said?
Yes.
He must have just some reporter. Vendetta against A-Rod. Because, the video doesn't lie, man.
I mean, it's important to note here that this is the reporter's opinion. None of this is true. This is all just what he is speculating here. I just think it's wild to think that someone actually thinks this is true. You both mentioned it. It just comes after this remarkable recovery. I mean, I think the other day I was seeing this dude run around the field throwing passes and stuff, and this happened in September.
Nuts.
I just don't see any way they bring him back, though.
I will say, I take credit. You can go and search back. I did say truth that he was going to come back this season, and I did say that.
I'll have to take a look, Jedi.
He's not going to come back. There's no way. And if they're out of it, which signs are pointing to they will be, there's just no way you risk next year for this.
Yeah, it's a great point. What do you got? If they were in it, I would consider it, but I don't know. He still has a year left on the deal. It doesn't make too much sense.
And he's going to finish his career as a Jet, so he's got plenty of time to do it. But they're 4-7.
I was just about to look it up. Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like the Colts are 6-3, so
they're out of it. The wild card, they're not going to be able to make the wild card.
They're the second worst team in the AFC.
Yeah, no chance.
I don't see any possible reason why if you're ownership, I'm not risking it. I'll take the draft pick. I'll build around Rodgers. The team's already pretty much built. Their quarterback play has been abysmal. Like, I didn't think Zach Wilson could be worse.
Dino, what do you think just for a little bit? Like, this season's done, but he's coming off a historic pace of recovery timeline. He hasn't worked a lot with this young group of players. Have him play a little bit, even though you're kind of out of it, just to kind of to mesh. Maybe you just play him half the snaps, like him and Zach Wilson. A little 1-2 punch.
So go risk versus reward. If something seriously goes wrong, we drafting Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Like I don't think the risk is worth the reward. I understand it's going to show a lot of respect for his teammates and all that stuff, but I don't see it. If I'm ownership, no shot. I watched this with RG3 coming back from his ACL injury, and it completely ruined his career. If they would have held him out that entire next season, he still would have been a franchise quarterback. Probably would have gained another 35 pounds, and probably would still. I wouldn't say be still playing, but he at least would have had 5 or 7 good years in the NFL. So when you rush a recovery like this, I don't know. But he is superhuman. If he comes back, I mean, it's comeback player of the year hands down. I mean, no, DeMar Hamlin's gonna win it. That's a shoo-in.
I don't know. You do something like this, you come back the same year from blowing an Achilles.
Dude, he died.
It's unheard of. It's unheard of.
I know, but one died. Like,
You can't top that.
I mean, think about the comparison, right? Like, oh, Achilles tear, come back from death. Like, it's not even close.
Send it into heaven and then fell back down.
Yeah, like, there's just no way. It's a shoo-in.